The Shroud of Turin, a 14-foot linen cloth bearing the faint image of a man crucified. For centuries, millions have believed it to be the actual burial shroud of Jesus Christ. Others say it's the world's most convincing forgery. And some think it's something even stranger. We will be diving deep, from the traditional story, through modern science, and into two of the most thought-provoking interpretations put forward. According to the Gospels, after the crucifixion, Jesus' body was wrapped in linen and placed in a tomb. When the tomb was found empty, the burial cloth remained behind. Believers claim the Shroud of Turin is that cloth. The faint, sepia-toned image, they argue, is a miraculous imprint of Jesus at the moment of resurrection, a holy snapshot of the most important event in human history. The wounds on the image line up with the biblical account. Nail marks in the wrists and feet, blood from a spear wound in the side, and even a pattern on the forehead resembling a crown of thorns. To many Christians, the shroud isn't just relic, it's proof. But science has had a lot to say about it. 1988 radiocarbon dating. 3 labs tested samples and dated the cloth between 1260 and 1390 CE, smack in the medieval era. This suggested the shroud was a clever forgery, not a first-century relic. But challenges came fast. Some scientists argue the sample was taken from a repaired corner of the cloth, contaminated by centuries of handling, fire, and even bacteria. More recent studies shook things up again. In 2022, Italian researchers used X-ray diffraction on the linen's fibers and estimated an age of around 2,000 years, pointing back to the time of Christ. A 2024 flax origin study suggested the linen was woven from plants grown in the Middle East, not medieval Europe. And in 2025, UV imaging revealed serum halos around the bloodstains, consistent with an unwashed body. Exactly what Jewish burial custom required for someone who died violently. So where does that leave us? Depending on which study you believe, the shroud is either a medieval fake or a genuine relic of the 1st century. Some researchers propose that the image was formed by an unimaginable event, a sudden burst of radiant energy released at the exact moment of resurrection. This could explain why the image rests only on the outermost fibers of the cloth, like a microscorch, and why it encodes 3D spatial data, something no painting or normal stain can do. Was it a flash of ultraviolet light? A release of radiation? Or something beyond physics as we know it? To believers, the shroud may be the physical evidence of a divine quantum event, the moment when death was defeated. Now we go deeper into the rabbit hole. What if the shroud isn't from the past at all, but from the future? Here's the idea. Someone in a distant age, human or otherwise, used advanced imaging technology, a kind of quantum holography, to project back in time and record the crucifixion. Think of it as a 3D scan imprinted onto linen. The strange photographic negative qualities, the encoded depth information, the superficial etching on the fibers. All of it looks less like art and more like data. In this theory, the shroud is not just a relic. It's a message planted in history as proof that time, matter, and consciousness can be manipulated. Maybe by God, maybe by a future civilization, or maybe by something else entirely. So, what is the Shroud of Turin? A medieval forgery? A genuine first-century burial cloth? A radiation-scorched miracle? Or the world's oldest hologram, slipped through time to change the course of history? Whatever the answer, the shroud remains one of the most mysterious objects on Earth, an enigma that refuses to be dismissed.